Yo, what is up, everybody? Today I want to talk about gambling income. I just want to talk really quick about it because, quite frankly, we're going to have a lot of people surprised this time next year during tax season, and I don't want you to be one of them. So let's talk about gambling income really quick and also talk about, losses, what we can do with it, and how to mitigate any issues that may come up, during tax season next year. First and foremost, I want to talk about casual gambling, okay? We're not talking about professional gamblers, people who do this as their main source of income and main line of business. These are casual gamblers, and just about anybody doing it on stake, especially if they're streaming it, on Kick or anything like that. These people, by the IRS standard, are going to be considered casual gamblers. So I want to point that out first because the rules are different. And so we're going to be talking about casual gamblers today, but only because that's what most of the people watching this video are going to be. All right, second point, gambling income, right? Gambling winnings. What constitutes that, and does it matter what form the gambling winnings take? So what constitutes gambling winnings? I can tell you right now, whatever you're doing on stake probably constitutes gambling winnings. Now, stake does have a feature because there's two separate types of currency. There's stake cash, and then there's the other form of currency, which doesn't equate. You can't pull it out or anything like that. It stays on the platform, and it doesn't amount to actual real winnings that you can use on anything else. It's just for the platform itself. We're not talking about that currency. We're talking about the stake cash, the money that you earn that you can literally pull out, transfer to your wallet, and then spend however you want, convert it to whatever crypto, however you do it. If you have gambling winnings in the form of stake cash, those winnings must be reported on your Form 1040, your individual tax return. Now, you may be asking, but Garrett, it's not actual cash. I can't just pull it out and use it. What if I also just leave it on the platform? Is it still taxable? The answer to all of that is yes. Okay, stake cash is a form of currency. It is a form of crypto that you could, in theory, pull out, put in your crypto wallet, convert to any other crypto, convert it even to cash if you wanted to, and then use it. And the IRS is going to deem that as being taxable. So yes, you will have to pay tax on those earnings, regardless of whether you leave it in stake.com or your stake wallet, your vault, or if you pull it out. It does not matter. It also does not matter that it is not US dollars that you're winning, okay? Stake cash can be converted to that, and it's the same as anything else you do with crypto. If you're earning it, you're going to be taxed on it. Let's shift now to the losses. So we have the gambling winnings. I think we have a decent understanding of those and how that's going to work. It's pretty much all going to be treated as income. What about the losses? With gambling losses, you can only take losses to the extent that you have winnings. You cannot truly run a loss on your 1040 using gambling losses. You can only take losses to the extent you have winnings. A good example is if you win $1,000 on stake and then you lose $1,000 subsequently. The $1,000 can offset the $1,000 in winnings that you had, therefore netting you zero. You still have to report it all, but it nets zero. Here's the trick though. Unfortunately, you will have to itemize deductions in order to take the losses. The gambling losses are reported on Schedule A as other itemized deductions, and that $1,000 would go there. Unfortunately, the $1,000 is not enough to itemize, so using the same example, the $1,000 in losses actually does not help you. So important to know that, because if you rack up a lot of losses over the course of a year, it's important to keep record of that, and that's point number 3. In order to claim any losses, you have to have good record. You have to be able to show the IRS and prove to them that you did actually in fact have losses. The IRS recommends even that you keep a diary of losses, a receipt, pull a statement of some sort, anything that can prove that you actually had losses. So if we're going to rehash this really quick to be brief on this video, gambling winnings, anything you're winning on stake is going to count. You're going to have to report it as income, and you're going to need to track that because I don't know that stake is going to do it the way you may be expecting them to do it. So make sure you have those records in place. Number 2, gambling losses can only be taken to the extent of gambling winnings, and they are reported on Schedule A under other itemized deductions. Finally, records. You got to make sure you're tracking this stuff. Otherwise, if you were to get audited, the IRS is not going to allow you to deduct those losses against your winnings, provided that you can itemize. They're not going to allow it if you can't prove it. So with that being said, I want to go over gambling income and losses really quick because I don't think it's any secret that as we're getting kick deals, those are possibly leading to stake deals. And this isn't always the case by any means, but you can start to see a trend developing. I want to get ahead of this because I don't want anybody to be surprised next tax season when we go to file our tax returns and we have to report our gambling income, or even worse, we don't report it. The IRS audits a client, and then unfortunately, because it wasn't reported, the IRS hammers that person with interest, penalties, whatnot. So want to get ahead of it, want to put that out there for you. If you have any questions on it, you can reach out to us, gameonfinancial.com. You can go to the website. We're also on Twitter. We're on pretty much anywhere on YouTube, obviously. So just be on the lookout for that. If you ever have questions, reach out to us. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment in the bottom if you want to know, if you want to hear us ramble about any other topics or give any useful information so that we can get ahead of this and we're not surprised when tax season rolls around. Like I said, my name's Garrett. I'm your local tax guy. I appreciate you tuning in, and yeah, like and subscribe. Thanks.